Parasite won. Good for Parasite.
What's it about? A parasite? Hi again. Welcome to Sports Center with Jay and Dan, brought to you by McDonald's. It was Oscar Sunday. But you know what happened? I love when moments like this happen. Sunday was one of those occurrences where you stop everything that you're doing and put the TV on, and it was Nick Taylor that caused that situation.
Yes, that's right, Dan. The Canadian from Abbotsford, BC, who had led wire-to-wire at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am, had a chance to win his second PGA Tour event. And this is the stressful part. He was playing with Phil Mickelson. Phil just a stroke behind him going into the final round. And here is Nick, 11-footer, second straight birdie on 5. Stays one shot up on Phil. Par 5, 6th. Taylor, greenside bunker.
Clean line.
Yeah, line very good. Just straight downwind here, Matt.
Downwind usually gets that ball rolling right towards the hole. Into the hole. Nick Taylor.
The Canadian for Eagle. And that's a 2-shot lead over Mickelson. Mickelson looking for his 6th career win at Pebble Beach.
9 greens yesterday.
Maybe the greatest short game player ever. That, you never see that ever. What is this?
Yeah, but the lie, that was
This is an on-right.
executed shot. The lie was actually
Other side of the green, the caddies had to move the bags.
That little feed.
Yeah, Phil's like, that's not me. Double bogey for Phil. Back to the Canadian on 9. After a huge tee shot. The 147-yard approach, beautifully played. Great bounce, within 8 feet, led to his 3rd birdie of the round. So Nick Taylor, 5-shot lead after 9. The wind becoming a bit of a factor. It goes to Hat. Taylor trying to save bogey on 14. Double bogey. So it's a 2-shot lead with 4 holes to go. That's when it started to get stressful. But on 15, after missing the green, Taylor.
That'll help.
Nick Taylor may have just won the golf tournament right there.
He may just have. What a clutch shot. 3-shot lead, 3 holes to go. On 18. With his wife and super cute little baby watching.
Fantastic performance by Nick Taylor.
Yeah, wire to wire, Nick Taylor pulls it off. An incredible day. He wins at Pebble Beach by 4 shots and picks up his 2nd career
Oh, look at that kid.
PGA Tour victory. Just a little munchkin there. Takes home a cool $1.4 million. Jumps into 13th in the FedEx Cup standings. First player, 2nd player to win at wire to wire. First was Phil back in 2005. First Canadian to win this tournament. 2-year exemption on the PGA Tour, and punches his ticket to Augusta, where he'll join Mike Weir, Corey Connors, and Adam Hadwin. Most Canadians ever at Augusta for. That's pretty awesome. Here is Taylor talking about the weather.
Really difficult. The wind picked up kind of the end of that front 9, and was hanging on there, and a few poor drives that I didn't think were too bad. I ended up in bad spots and just trying to manage my way from there. And you know, 14 is such a difficult hole. Once I made double there, you know, I really had to settle myself down and know that I still had a 2-shot lead, and then obviously chip in the very next hole and get 1 shot back was massive. I definitely wasn't the crowd favorite. I was expecting that, but yeah, it was, you know, it was great to play with Phil. He was awesome all day. Our amateur partners, it was really fun. I felt like it was pretty relaxed. I was probably more nervous before the round than actually when I was playing. So yeah, when I made a few putts early, I think it settled me down, and it was nice to get off to a great start.
Tour, what did you prove to yourself today?
Yeah, I guess I can do it. You know, it's you never know when that long of a break happens. You know, I had to battle for my card the last few years. I think some of those rounds to keep my card helped me today for sure. That was huge days, and again, it just gives me great confidence going forward. When I won in Sanderson, my wife wasn't there, and to have her here now with my son Charlie it's an incredible feeling.
Charlie.
Jackie.
What a guy. So with his win at Pebble Beach, Taylor, the 7th Canadian to win multiple PGA Tour events, and has a chance to challenge Corey Connors and Adam Hadwin for one of the 2 spots on the Canadian Olympic team for Tokyo. Remember, The top 2 ranked players by country will qualify.
From now until the end of the season, 26 games. Every single game the Winnipeg Jets play will be a must-win game. A brutal 3-win January caused this predicament. Winnipeg into Sunday night, clinging to the second and final wildcard spot in the West. Jets playing the Hawks 15 seconds in. 5 Jets are in the slot. No one picks up Dominic Kubalik. Kubalik now has 22 goals. He leads all rookies. Jonathan Toews, with an assist, picks up his 800th career point. The Jets want to win. They know they'll have to slow down Patty Kane. So the Jets trying to take Kane's space away. Midway through the first, he gets free, finds Brandon Saad for his 16th. Kane, 6 points in 4 games against the Jets this season. 2-0 Hawks after 1. Jets shorthanded in the second. Alex DeBrincat. Fans on this pass. Uh-oh, Jets 2-on-1. Andrew Kopp. Watch this pass to Kyle Connor. Oh, my goodness. Connor's team leading 27. Great pass by Kopp. Winnipeg cuts the lead to 1. Nathan Beaulieu drops the gloves with Nick Seeler. Both of them exactly 6'2", 200 pounds. Huge shots landed. And Beaulieu, yeah, he got the worst of it. A lot of fighting this year. Blake Wheeler crashes into his teammate Mark Scheifele. Scheifele slow to get up. He was okay. Jets down 1, heading to the third. 11 minutes to go. Winnipeg power play. Blake Wheeler down the wing. What a shot. Captain 17th ties it at 2. 6 minutes to play. Dennis Bayak on the call. Corey Crawford looking for goalie interference. Kopp bumped into him. Crawford plenty of time to recover. Kopp's 10th. Jets add 2 empty netters as they come back from 2-0 down to beat the Hawks 5-2.
Buffalo is closing in on no one. Just 1 win in their last 5 at home. Outscored 19-9 over that stretch, hosting Anaheim on Sunday. Jakob Silfverberg, 17 on the season. 1-0 Ducks. Under 5 minutes later, Ryan Getzlaf, who says he doesn't want to go anywhere, wants to stay in Anaheim, doesn't want to chase a cup elsewhere. Set up on a great feed from Ricard Raquel. Ricard Raquel, one woman's strange erotic journey from Milan to Minsk. Ducks up 3-1 after 1. Sabres all-time wins leader Ryan Miller potentially playing his last game in Buffalo. 3-2 late. He flashes the leather on Jeff Skinner, one of 31 saves for the 39-year-old. And after the game, Miller saluting the Buffalo faithful. At least they have something to cheer about. Hey, I don't know if you've been living under a rock, but how about those Raptors? 14 wins in a row. I should also point out that if you've been living under a rock, there are much better places for you to live, even if you have very little money. Even on top of the rock would be better, and certainly less painful. This has been Rock Talk with Jay and Dan. And now to the Celtics, who've won a measly 6 games in a row, taking on the Thunder, who have won a measly 4 games in a row. Though both teams are 9-1 in their last 10, and Hamiltonian Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the only Thunder player to start every game this season. Nice Euro step in the end. What do you think these Thunder uniforms?
Love these.
These
nice, simple.
Yeah, I think these should be full-timers for them. 13 of SGA's 24 points came in the first half. And then it's Montreal native Luguentz Dort. Rookie on a 2-way deal. 10th start of the season for the Thunder, makes the 3. Fourth quarter, here come the Celtics All-Stars. We begin with Jason Tatum, 2 of his 26. And then the guy that Giannis Antetokounmpo really wanted on his team, that is Kemba Walker. He had a game-high 27. But the real story was Marcus Smart, who may be your Defensive Player of the Year this year. The steal on Gilgeous-Alexander would seal it for the Celts, as Boston has now won 7 straight.
Bulls and Sixers, first quarter. Ben Simmons give and go with Shake Milton.
You're going to play young, you got to match his energy.
Massive one-handed finish. Sixers, an NBA best 23-2 at home this season. On the other side of the ball, they are not good on the road. Third quarter, Simmons drives, gets the lay-in to go. He finished with 19 points, 10 boards, 10 assists for a triple-double. Seconds later, Furkan Korkmaz picks up a steal, give and go with Simmons, and three. Korkmaz scored a career-high 34 off the bench in Friday's win, had 31 points in this one. Well, Embiid missed the second half of Friday's game due to neck stiffness. Fourth quarter off a missed three. Embiid gets the board, gets the bucket. He had 28 points and 12 boards as the Sixers get their 24th win at home.
Now, coming off that controversial loss Friday, the refs blew a goaltending call. Damian Lillard said this.
42.
How are you feeling today?
I let it go. I mean, I don't think I've been that angry over a game in a long time, if ever. And I mean, it is what it is. I just had to. I woke up and let it go. So I mean, that's it.
And he had to let it go because they were taking on the Heat. Very good team. Lillard, first quarter, for three. I like these Portlandia Rip City uniforms, too. Okay. And then Lillard, again, averaging nearly 30 points a game this season. Good for third in the league. Then off a turnover, Lillard to Trevor Ariza. Lillard averaging nearly 8 assists a game this season. Fourth quarter, Lillard with the runner, the hoop, the harm. He had 33, 8 assists, 4 rebounds. They just love him in Portlandia, the city where young people go to retire. Well, if they can beat Minnesota Monday, and that's not a guarantee. Minnesota beat up on the Clippers the other night. Toronto on Wednesday would be going for win number 16 in a row. Raptors basketball Wednesday on TSN. Coming up. The women's CONCACAF finals. It's Team USA against Team Canada. Could Christine Sinclair and company prevail? Find out next. Jay and Dan, brought to you by McDonald's on TSN. You're watching the Jay and Dan television show brought to you by McDonald's. CONCACAF Women's Olympic qualifying. Well, Canada and the USA have already made it to Tokyo just by getting into the final. So this one is for bragging rights. And in the 38th minute, Christine Sinclair, the only player on this Canadian roster to have beaten the U.S. She stopped. Second half, still no score. The defending World Cup champs, Jade Rivera, turns it over to Lynn Williams, and Lynn Williams scores the first goal allowed by Canada in this tournament. Then in the 77th, Janine Becky's sent into the box. Her pass too far for Deanne Rose, and yeah, frustration is beginning to show. 87th, Megan Rapinoe tucks home her second of the tourneys. Canada finishes as runner-up for the 4th straight time in the Olympic qualifying tournament. But again, Canada off to Tokyo. So there you go. Canadian Vasek Pospisil made his first ATP Tour final since 2014 Sunday, but it was something Pospisil drank and not his performance on the court that has already become a legendary Canadian tennis moment and will likely inspire our top 10 unusual game time refreshments. That's on tomorrow's edition of SportsCenter with Jay and Dan. It is the South France final. Pospisil still looking for his first career ATP singles final, taking on hometown favorite Gael Monfils. And Pospisil putting the second volley away there. Indeed, anything is Pospisil. Now, during the changeover, this is what everyone's talking about. Takes out some real maple syrup and has a couple of sips of it. Apparently, it obviously helps boost energy with the sugar, but it's actually more to help prevent cramping. And Felix Auger-Aliassime, Bianca Andreescu both caught it, both appreciated that on Twitter. But Pospisil falls down, takes a medical timeout for treatment. Next point, Monfils playing terrific defense. This fantastic passing shot on the run. Wow. He took the second set 7-5. On serve 4-3 in the second. Pospisil is facing double break point. Monfils backhand winner. The Frenchman earns his 9th career ATP title. Despite the loss, Pospisil moves up 28 spots to 104 in the world and gets a pizza with candy on it for his troubles. All right. First ATP 500 event of the season from Rotterdam. 2 Canadians featured in the main draw. Denis Shapovalov, Felix Auger-Aliassime. Shapo scheduled to go at 1:30 p.m. Eastern on Monday. So if you're home in the afternoon, you can watch some Chapo action on TSN. Just waiting for Toolsy. I bet she pops out here or something. I'm sure he's around here somewhere. But Toolsy? Oh, there you are. That was nice.
Had to check on our goats.
How they doing?
They're pretty good.
Yeah, that's the only cheese I want now. It's just goat cheese or goat feta. Everything else
cheese.
can mess with you.
I haven't had cheese in a while. Just on my burgers.
Just a hunk of cheese? You're not going to do it?
I haven't been on a cheese kick lately.
This has been cheese talk.
Hey, according to Bob McKenzie, Darnell Nurse and the Edmonton Oilers finalizing a 2-year contract extension with an average annual value of just higher than $5.5 million. Nurse is now in his 6th season with the Oilers. He was drafted 7th overall back in 2013. 25-year-old currently has 4 goals, 20 assists in 55 games this season. Baffling, he's already in his 6th season.
Yeah, time flies, doesn't it? And so this takes him to UFA status. So Bob talked about this on the show last week. Bit of a risk for the Oilers, but because of their cap situation, Nurse is kind of doing them a favor doing this bridge deal. So I think the understanding is, and Bob alluded to this, that after 1 year of this deal, they'll start to work on a long-term deal because they definitely want him there. He seems to want to be there.
It's you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours situation.
You got that right, Toolsy. Oilers currently 2nd in the Pacific, 1 point behind the Canucks with a game in hand. And speaking of the Canucks, winger Brock Besser has been placed on the IR. He'll be out at least the next 2 games with an undisclosed upper body injury. He left in the 3rd period of Saturday's loss to Calgary, got tangled up with Andrew Mangiapane, the bread boy. 22-year-old Besser, 16 goals, 45 points this season. So
and these next 2 games are huge. You've got Nashville on Monday, and you got the Hawks on Wednesday.
And Besser, pretty good season, but lately he's been struggling. No goals, 2 assists, and they're past 11. They're not going to call anyone up. You alluded to it with the Jets. What you know how the NBA is trying to throw in this mid-season tournament, trying to get people excited about the regular season. No such problem in the NHL. The NHL has achieved perfect parity. So many teams are in it. Every game means something. It's a blast right now.
Hey, Bruins defenseman Jeremy Lauzon, he's been suspended 2 games for this illegal check to the head on Derek Stepan on Saturday. Lauzon, you might remember him. He played for Team Canada. Received a match penalty on the play. He has 1 goal in 7 games for the Bruins so far this season. He played Team Canada in what,
World Juniors?
2017, yeah.
2017 World Juniors. 7 games for Boston this season. Boston, as we mentioned earlier, lost to the Red Wings this afternoon.
That's so baffling.
They've lost 5 straight games to the Red Wings. Certain teams just have your number, I guess.
Yeah.
Division 1 ESCHL Men's Hockey League action. Why are we showing you this? Well, because look at this. It was Star Wars night, and Liberty University donning the Darth Vader jerseys, and defenseman Basil Reynolds using the Force to choke out his entire team on the bench. That is classic stuff right there. Julesy, if we hadn't explained this to you, would you have understood this Darth Vader reference? Because I know you're not huge on the Star Wars stuff.
Big Darth Vader guy.
Right. Just as a person, but not the movies themselves.
And didn't Strange Brew already do a kind of Darth Vader
Yeah, that's
thing?
right. Yeah, Max von Sydow. That was a weird movie now in hindsight with the hockey teams at the end.
And it always creeped me out.
Yeah.
No, what creeped me out the most in movies?
What's that?
The flying monkeys in Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Not Wizards of Oz.
Yeah, that should be a sequel. Multiple wizards.
But seriously, those flying monkeys? Creepy as.
Pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, great movie, though.
Yeah.
This has been Movie Talk with Jay and Dan. Dan, our friend Ken Rosenthal, Fox Baseball Insider, he's been very busy. And he says that the Mookie Betts trade is official, finally. The 2018 AL MVP. He is going to the Dodgers, along with David Price, part of a 3-team deal. The Twins are involved as well. Right-handed pitcher Kenta Maeda and cash going to the Twins. Prospects in return for LA. Alex Verdugo, the main Red Sox acquisition. The medical reviews are done, so everything's cleared. MLB has to officially approve the money because $45 million of prices, $90 million remaining on the deal. Boston's just sending a check, $45 million to LA to help him cover that contract.
But wait, there's more.
Oh.
The other proposed trade that involved the Dodgers that would have sent Jock Peterson to the Angels, it's now off. The deal would have seen him and pitcher Ross Stripling go to the Angels for a player and a couple of prospects. Jocko hit 249, 36 home runs, and 74 RBI last season. And Angels owner was reportedly unhappy with the deal being on pause after they had to wait till the Mookie Betts deal was done.
Dodgers wanted to get that Mookie deal done and then focus on the Jocko deal. Seems like a weird reason to be.
That's something I'd totally do.
I know.
I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah. That's very much like you. You'd be a good sports team owner. You'd be like James Dolan. You'd be like that guy.
Oh, I'd be a good one.
No, but you'd be spiteful.
Yo, big time.
Right? And everyone would be like, sell the team. And you'd be like, you'd pretend not to hear them. Like Dolan does. By hearing. Producer Tim loves this segment. You know, with all the red carpet stuff that was going on, Tim was glued to our coverage on E-Talk. Tim, a huge Ben Mulrooney fan. And
Brad Pitt gave a Letterkenny shout-out.
Yes, we forgot to mention that. Brad Pitt gave a shout-out to Letterkenny. Okay, here we go. Sports clothes. Chinese New Year jerseys for the Vegas Golden Knights in their warm-up on Saturday against the Canes. Toolsy, what do you think?
Keep them. They should be permanent.
You got the team name and then the player's last name in Mandarin. Gung Hei Fat Choi, Dan.
And they
Gung Hei
become
Fat Choi.
You sell those in China, the most popular team there.
They could become China's team. That's 1 billion fans instant.
Well, the NHL's trying to get something going there. They have no real plan, but they want to start something.
I like those jerseys.
Yeah.
I think those are their nicest jerseys. And it's especially cool because, of course, this year, Dan, is the year of the rat. It's the year of the rat. When we come back, it was a crazy finish in Houston. The Rockets, they're going small ball. Shane Dan, TSN, McDonald's, ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The Jizz in the Rockets. Russell Westbrook has scored 20 or more points in 24 straight games. First quarter, James Harden over his head to Westbrook. Drills a three. Harden had 10 assists, picking up his 45th career triple-double. Westbrook goes around Tony Bradley for the and one. Westbrook, coming off a 41-point game against the Lakers, scored 17 points in the first quarter. Third quarter in Houston. Westbrook on Rudy Gobert finished with a monster dunk. Westbrook, game-high 39 points. After blowing a double-digit lead, Rockets down one, dying seconds. Westbrook to P.J. Tucker. Knocks down a three. The Rockets figure, okay, we've got this game now. But the Jazz still had 1.6 seconds left to work with.
Here we go. Who's going to take this shot to try to tie or win? Outside to Bogey. He's crowded. Three. Bogdanovich! At the horn wins in Houston.
Bojan Bogdanovich, buzzer beater as the Jazz stunned the Rockets.
What a finish.
The Westminster Dog Show got underway on Sunday. Many dogs competing for the title of Best in Show.
And Dan, as you can imagine, it's very hard to get a dog into a competition as prestigious as Westminster. Thousands of dogs applied, but many of them failed to make the cut. Let's see some of those ones in the Westminster Dog Show rejected dogs. First up, it's Fredo. Non-sporting category. Favorite activity? Not moving. Fun fact, thinks his hat makes him look like Justin Timberlake.
Next, it's Bummer Wizard. Category, magical. Favorite activity? Casting spells, a.k.a. wiping butt on carpet. Fun fact, big fan of Rush.
And finally, Dog Schneider. He's a minor celebrity dog. His favorite activity is sniffing around for food. Fun fact, Schneider's been out of work for a long time, and they could really use the win and the cash. This has been the Westminster Dog Show.
But
rejected dogs.
Dog Schneider, friends with Adam Sandler, so they always get work.
As long as he keeps making those grown-ups movies.
Yeah.
Right? then Schneider's going to be okay. I haven't seen one of those either. I haven't seen anything. When we come back, instead of doing the Jannies in one shot, we did it in 8. Take that, Sam Mendes. Of all these Canadians doing well in the NCAA, that leads us to the Jannies. That's what the snow looked like on my way into work here in Scarborough. Bill Murray pulls a Phil Mickelson there. That's Bill Murray. That's just what he does.
XFL, Vipers, Guardians. Nick Truesdell. One-handed catch. It's the Vipers, the Guardians.
Okay, XFL. How about this? Oh, this was crazy. BYU mascot Cosmo.
Bonkers.
That is, how did he do that? I mean, he just flew.
Wow.
And they were excited at Brigham Young University.
Hawks and Jets behind the net. Blake Wheeler, Mark Scheifele run it. See, it's good plays, it's bad plays. You never know what you're going to get in the Jannies.
Yeah, that's right. What you do know is it won't be the highlight of the night or worst play of the day. It'll be somewhere in between, like more XFL. By the way, TSN, the exclusive home of the XFL. Former Raiders punter Marquette King inside the one. His teammate Steve Boharness dives for the ball, knocks it into the end zone. Oh, no. Oh, these uniforms are really something.
Alex DeBrincat coughs it up. Jets. Well, this pass, I thought this would be highlight of the night. Look at that pass.
Yeah, that's just awesome by Copsey.
Copper to counter.
There's a new cop in town. Bojan Bogdanovic. Jazz down 2. No time on the clock. Boomsies, Jazz win. What a shot. Double team. B.J. Tucker, James Harden all over him. Bojan Bogdanovic.
And this is a great stop from Johnny Quick. Quick and the Dead. Is that a Tarantino movie?
No, I think, isn't Sharon Stone in it? And DiCaprio was in that? Is that right, Tim?
I have no clue.
Well, Tim's not answering.
Okay, so I thought the Jets goal would be highlight of the night, but now it makes sense because this is the highlight of the night.
Oh, yeah.
Nick Taylor on 15. And this won him the tournament, essentially. Yes. Oh, I jumped off the couch when this happened, then quickly returned to the couch.
Hold out at the 6.
And that leads us to our very popular You Blew It segment where we point out our mistakes, compiled by rising star here at SportsCenter with Jay and Dan, Jacob Kelly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Dan, you thought Parasite was a movie about a parasite. Quick and the Dead, it's not a Tarantino movie. And I made a mistake. Rob Schneider was not in the second Grown Ups. Jordo, a viewer Jordo, pointed that out. And then during the tennis highlights, I said Vasek Pospisil won the second set against Gael Monfils. He lost in straight sets.
And we didn't blow it. We wore the same uniform.
That's right. Hey, Jared Kiso, check this out.
You know, I feel better about your show, Letterkenny.